Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine was back in action at Zandvoort for round 5, where the International Series reached its halfway point. The historic Dutch circuit held an unforgettable race weekend, providing quite the show for the spectators that filled the grandstands and Frekke paddock in between races and qualifying sessions.
Yeah, definitely. It's an exciting weekend to be at our home track. It always brings a little bit of extra stress because home races usually it never goes well for some reason for us. And it brings a lot of extra people, so it's a bit more work, but definitely excited to be in Zandvoort. And yeah, drivers so far looking good. I think all three of them. With Cas, we've been strong in a few practices, qualifying fourth on the grid for this race on Saturday, so it's good. Josh, best performance of the season so far. He was a bit sick yesterday, so he had a tough time. Feeling better today, but definitely showing the pace. And Levy is showing progress. It's a difficult track. We know where we are with him, and we're really working towards certain goals. And at the moment, he's getting the direction that we want him to go.
Yeah, obviously it's nice to be here, our home circuit. So we are quite happy to be here. Circuit-wise, yeah, it's 2 years ago it has been rebuilt and into this track, which is I think a fantastic track, really old school track, but also quite physical for the drivers. So I think a lot of drivers really like this bit old school track. So yeah, I think that's the main characteristic. Sorry, I just broke my tongue here. Yeah, I think so. I think especially like we had today, qualifying laps are I think amazing. The circuit has a really nice flow. Let's see in the racing. Obviously, overtaking is it's not the best track for overtaking. Although I think last year in FIA F3 we could see that the races were fantastic and there are still plenty of opportunities to do some good overtaking.
Prema Racing's Paul Aron topped the first qualifying session with a 1 minute 30.970 second lap time, beating the record set by reigning champion Grégoire Saucy last year by 0.003 of a second. The Estonian driver was the only one to go under 1 minute and 31 seconds, which allowed him to take the front row ahead of Frenchman David, who was the fastest in Group A. Italian Gabriele Mini was in third ahead of Havercourt, who contended for pole position with David at the end of the first session. Montoya was on fire again among the rookies and went fifth overall ahead of his teammate Dino Beganovic, making up row 3. Mari Boyer qualified in 7th, lining up ahead of Josh Dufek. The top 10 would be completed by Frenchman Victor Bernier and Paraguayan Joshua Dirksen.
Yeah, I mean the package has been really good all weekend long. We have been strong all year long, so I'm happy that we have managed to keep the pace up from Paul Ricard. And yeah, like I said already in free practices, the pace was really good. We were focusing on the race runs and in FP2, where the others were putting new tires, so we knew that we were up there as our time was not too bad. So yeah, the car today was really, really good. Managed to get some good laps in. We just lost our clock. But yeah, pace was really good today and we got some clean laps. And honestly, I'm quite happy. We did lap times without slipstream, and I think today with the headwind, the slipstream was really powerful. So I think the pace was good and I'm looking forward to the race.
Yeah, the last lap was very good, to be honest. I felt the car very strong from the beginning. I was just struggling to put everything together. My engineer told me we were quite far until the last lap, so I just gave everything I had and yeah, it paid off. So very happy with the front row and hopefully we can fight for the win this afternoon.
For the first time this weekend in Zandvoort, we are go as they make their way down towards the first corner. A good start to the far right of screen for Cas Havercourt. Makes his way to the outside there of Gabriele Mini, and Havercourt trying to go round the outside to take third place. Not quite able to do it. Yes, he does. Cas Havercourt through into third place in the orange and black colours there of Van Amersfoort Racing. So the home hero up into third place straight away. Sebastian Montoya in the red and white Prema car was trying to also get through on Gabriele Mini. Let's hope we have a clean start as they come downhill and back up. And again, we're side by side. Mari Boyer side by side with Josh Dufek there, and Dufek in the orange and black Van Amersfoort car has got through. So a change there between Dufek and Boyer for 7th place as they make their way now down towards turn number 7 for the first time. There in the predominantly red coloured car is Joshua Dirksen, the driver from Paraguay, trying to defend from, I think that's Michael Belloff behind. Side by side, this looks like Sebastian Montoya. In the background, Megatuniv is able to get past Deligoanti though. So Megatuniv in the orange there, just able to get through, but Deligoanti could be on the push to pass now to try and get back. Backs off in the end. Here comes Belinsky in the 4, goes round the outside of Deligoanti. Brilliant start this from Roman Belinsky, and that is a place gained for the number 4. The British-Polish driver up another place. So Roman Belinsky absolutely flying at the start of this race. He's now into the top 15. He's got a gap at the front over Hadrian David. There we can see it, a few car lengths over them. Here a little bit further back in the white, number 85, that is Gabriel Bortoleto going around the outside of Maceo Capieto. So good driving from the Brazilian there, out of position. Gabriel Bortoleto, 7th in the championship, should not be fighting. Oh no, that's Gabriel Bortoleto in the pits. Gabriel Bortoleto, for the very, very first time in his FRECA career, is not going to take the checkered flag. Don't know what's happened to him, but he's falling down the order. Josh Turkson is tumbling down the order as we have a change, I think, there. That's Sebastian Montoya getting past Boyer. Boyer dives down the inside of him. Montoya runs wide, and that looks like a potential change of position between those two. So Boyer up ahead of Sebastian Montoya now after that mistake for Montoya. Lost him a couple of places. He's gone and lost another here. Boyer is through. Oh no, he's coming into the pits. Tim Tramnitz into the pits. From 10th place, he was one of the top rookies, and it looks like Tim Tramnitz, like Dirksen, we're into the final 10 minutes of the race, but this is the closest Gabriele Mini has been. He dives to the outside of Kats Havercourt. He's going to try and go all the way around the outside there, but Havercourt gets his elbows out and defends very, very well there to hold off the challenges from Gabriele Mini. Safety car out, so it's I'm hearing it's one of the RPM cars that has gone. Now, one thing they can do, well, before we do, let's have a quick look at the incident. We'll see exactly what we see. So we're looking, here's Keith Donegan. Well, he gets a big slide on, and he's facing the wrong way going into a right-hander, and I think a gravel trap on the exit tells the story there. Keith Donegan back after being out the seat for 5 years this season. In the red and white though, Paul Aron is away and clear. What a restart out from. He gets us underway for 2 laps of racing here at Zandvoort. Race number 1, 2 to go as they come out of the first corner. And Hadrian David now a task on his hands, but 6th and 7th, that's where the big battle is. Look, they're side by side in the orange and black there. Josh Dufek down the inside of Victor Bernier, and Dufek, is he going to win the fight on the brakes? He is, but Bernier is going to try and carry the speed around the outside, and Dufek takes the lead of the rookies. So our lead rookie is now the Swiss driver, Josh Dufek. Mary Boyer trying to get involved. He goes down the inside of the Frenchman. Brilliant move there from Mary Boyer, and he's going to show Bernier to the outside. What a disastrous restart for the Frenchman. He's lost a place to Michael Belloff. He's lost a, oh no, Michael Belloff in the orange there, picking up front wing damage as Bernier tumbles down the order. He's now out of the top 10. He's lost more places to Fornaroli. Then he's lost another place to Belinsky there in the red, white and orange colours, who runs wide briefly there, does Roman Belinsky. In towards turn number 8, now up towards turn number 9 in the green and orange. Pietro Deligoanti has made ground on this lap. He's made a place or 2. Murray Boyer has moved forward. Josh Dufek is up into 6th place. Here's Megatuniv there in the orange. They're 2 by 2 here. That looks like Belinsky and Megatuniv, and then Fluxa is side by side behind that with Esteban Masson. With Bernier rather, who's trying to recover. Downhill they come once more. In fact, that is Masson, isn't it? In the 9, trying to get down the inside of Fluxa, and Masson is through in the blue there. So well done that to Masson. More places being gained for him as we get ready to go for the final lap of this race. Hadrian David has closed the gap down on this lap slightly. It's around half a second now as they make their way round the final corner and down the start-finish straight. Are we going to see any changes between our lead 2? They make their way across the line. It's all go further up the field. This looks like one of the G4 drivers, Owen Tangavelu, trying to get down the inside of Fluxa. Fluxa dives down the inside there of Cappietto in the all black, and Fluxa in the white and black there. Great move from him there. That's a dive down the inside to take 16th place. But there you can see Dudu Barrichello in the all red. He's now coming under threat from Lawrence Van Hoopen there in the white and black 42 as they come out of 3 for the final time. Battle for the last step on the podium has resumed. The top 2 have escaped once more. Paul Aron's restart was absolutely textbook. He's got a lead now of 6/10, but who's going to round out the podium? Havercourt is almost there. Almost home and dry, got a few more corners to go. Gabriele Mini's got to be careful of that man there in the red and white, Dino Beganovic, the championship leader, who may just settle for position here. Behind that, Josh Dufek is on to take his very first points and rookie win and go on the podium for the first time ever in Freca as they come downhill for the last time, down in towards turn number 11. Are we going to see any more changes? That looks like Sami Megatunov in the orange, diving down the inside of Esteban Masson there. Change for 14th place. Brilliant racing between the 2 rookies there. That was a proper karting move, wasn't it? Sideways under braking. But out front, this is going to be a win. Paul Aron here takes the win in race number 1. And Paul Aron, for the 3rd time this season, will stand on the top step of the podium and closes the gap to his teammate Dino Beganovic. Hadrian David takes his 3rd podium of the season, and Kaz Havercourt, for the 3rd round running, will be back on the podium, and for the first time in his home race in Freca, takes a podium finish. Adrian David finished 2nd, but faced a 10-second penalty when some checks on his car revealed an incorrect use of the push-to-pass system after the safety car, which entered the track with less than 5 minutes to go to the end of the race, following Keith Donegan's spin at turn 2. This meant a silver medal for Havercourt and the 3rd step on the podium for Mini. Josh Dufek, who came in 6th position and first among the rookies, came under similar scrutiny to David and was also handed a 10-second penalty, handing the rookie win to Montoya.
Yeah, it's amazing, of course, to be here on the podium. It's an amazing track, so it's always good to be in the top 3 here.
Yeah, it was a lights to flag victory, but in the end wasn't that easy of a race. I think we managed it well. I mean, I always had it under control. But yeah, obviously it's a really technical track, Zandvoort, and puts a lot of energy on the rear tires. So I think we struggled with that a bit in the race. But anyway, we managed to hold David behind. And I think the pace was good, and we managed to hold the push to passes and the safety cars well. So overall, I'm really happy with the job we did.
Although Sunday would bring slight changes to the conditions, there would be no changes at the top of the standings as Aron picked up double pole, topping qualifying 2, ahead of his teammate Dino Beganovic. The championship leader looked like the man to beat in the Group A session, but eventually his Estonian teammate took over the top spot, allowing his qualifying streak to continue, giving him 3 pole positions for this season. Beganovic took 2nd, ahead of the rookie Montoya, who fought for pole in Group B with Aron at the wheel of his Prema car. The 2nd row would be completed by home hero Havercourt. Gabriele Mini secured 5th, lining up alongside another Italian driver, Leonardo Fornaroli. Tim Dramnitz and Hadrian David formed the 4th row, while Michael Belov and Maceo Cappietto rounded out the top 10.
I was a bit more happy about today compared to yesterday, to be honest. I think the odds were a bit against me, let's say, today, because the track was still drying and we were out in the first group. So we were thinking that maybe it was going to be difficult to get the overall pole, as the second group could be quicker, but I think we did a really good job, and I'm very happy with the lap we did in the end, which in the end gave us the pole position.
Obviously, it's really important with qualifying and also the start here. As Paul said, it's a low grip on this starting grid, and yeah, it's just important to nail the start and take it from there and see where we are.
Here come the lights then. To the right of screen is Paul Aron. To the left of screen is Dino Beganovic. This is round number 5. This is race 2. We are go at Zandvoort. Let's see who gets the best run down towards turn number 1. Beganovic is going to go to the right of screen there, trying to go round the outside as Gabriele Mini. Oh no, Havercourt's lost his front wing. Havercourt's lost his front wing, unfortunately. Contact there with either Gabriele Mini or Sebastian Montoya, I think. Mini in the white and black AR ART is straight up to third place, just like he was yesterday. Brilliant start there from the Italian as they make their way around turn 3 now and up towards turn number 4. But look at Montoya in the red and white Prema crawling all over the back there of Mini as they now fire their way up towards turn number 7. Back downhill they drop once more up into 5th in the white, blue and red colours there. That's Fornaroli doing a really good job. His teammate Tramnitz is just in behind him as they come up towards turn number 8 for the first time. It seems as if Joshua Dirksen has come through the first sector. Any problems on that car look like they might have been fixed, but sadly for Havocor and all the fans here at Zandvoort, he is going to be tumbling down the order and he's going to have to take a trip through the pit lane. We'll take a replay soon and find out what happened there, but drama straight away for Havocor as we now come down towards turn number 11 for the first time in the white and black 42. That's Laurens van Hoopen trying to go around the outside of Josh Dufek. A fight for 12th place there as they come up towards the final 2 corners. Push to pass will be activated when they come across the line for the first time. Drivers telling me though yesterday that everyone, so we will see all of them on the push to pass that lap as they come down towards turn number 1 in the all blue there. Hadrian David just having to defend slightly from Michael Beloff. Someone sending it there, one of the ART drivers, that looked like Mary Boyer, I think, absolutely sending it on Bortoletto. I think that might have been as they make their way in towards turn number 1. So moves going on. Oh, someone's in the gravel. I can hear someone in the gravel there. We've definitely got someone off. You can hear the noise in the background, so we'll see if anyone's tumbling down the order, but just through the earphones I could hear someone going off and a red flag is out. So red flag is out, so we do have an incident. Van Hoopen there was the driver locking up, and Deli Gawanti and Masson are the drivers dropping down the order on the timing screen. So they are the 2 drivers that have clearly been involved in the incident. So Boyer, I think it was Van Hoopen who had managed to get past Deli Gawanti at the end of the first lap there. The cars are going to come back in towards the pit lane now. The man who knows how to overtake. That's a very good sign. That's Pietro Deli Gawanti in the green race suit. So there's his car, and it's over the other side of the barriers. Bogdanovic will have watched that from yesterday. He'll be expecting it. Let's see if Paul Aron changes his tactics. No, at exactly the same place, Paul Aron goes, and with exactly the same effect. And Paul Aron is going to lead us round the final corner and onto the start-finish straight. We get going once more here at Zandvoort for race number 2, round number 5 in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. They'll all be on that push-to-pass system now as they fire their way towards turn number 1, and in the all-orange there, Michael Belov looking to the outside of Hadrian David, but the Russian unable to get through there. Side by side behind that as well, Maceo Capietto having to defend from the Brazilian Gabriel Bortoletto. Up towards turn number 3 we go. Are we going to see anyone take the low line? Yes, Mary Boyer does. Mary Boyer goes low. Gabriel Bortoletto takes the high line and is able to keep position. So Mary Boyer, having not got through, is now vulnerable to losing positions there with Dufek wheel to wheel. Behind that almost was Noel Leon and Victor Bernier. I think that might have been, in fact, Noel Leon has made a position. He's got through ahead of Lorenzo Fluxus, so a change of 15th that might have been. So he'd made contact with someone. Whoa, double lock up there for Mary Boyer in towards turn number 1. Trying to go round the outside of him is Dufek. Dufek into the gravel. Dufek recovers and just rejoins, but almost big contact there between Dufek and Boyer as they fight for 11th place. Proper head-to-head. Here we go up towards turn number 1. Bortoletto to the right of screen there. It's going to be a battle on the brakes. Bortoletto trying to go all the way around the outside. Capietto trying to run him to the edge of the track. And just like we saw with Dufek and Boyer, Bortoletto having to go off the circuit there. And Capietto just holds on to the position. Bortoletto going the racing line round turn 3. Capietto going defensive. And that's going to give Bortoletto the run now. Up through turn 4, down through turn 5 they swoop. And now they climb back up to 6, into 7. Bortoletto looking left, looking right, trying to find a gap, but Capietto just shutting the door all the time. drivers make their way in towards turn number 1. Up in the distance, this looks like Dudu Barrichello. In fact, that's Josh Dirksen in the red, trying to go down the inside there of Keith Donegan. Fight for 23rd, and Dirksen is through. Great move there. The recovery is on here, and Josh Dirksen makes his way past Keith Donegan. That's one more down, and now next for him is Matthias Zagazeta. Side by side, a little bit further up the road. There we can see Bortoletto round the outside. He's going to try once more here on Capietto, and this time he's done it. Bortoletto is through. Change there for 9th place. Good driving that from the Brazilian. It took him a couple of times to set it up, but Bortoletto this time gets through and gets himself up into the top 10. Being with the Trident team as the fight for second is on here. Gabriele Mini fights round the outside of Dino Beganovic. Wheel to wheel is Mini and Beganovic. Who's going to come out on top? It's Gabriele Mini. Well, Beganovic caught out there. He's going to have to fight back. Gabriele Mini in towards turn number 3. Looks like he's done it there. Great driving from Mini. It took him a long time to do it, but Gabriele Mini is now up into 2nd place. It could get worse here for Beganovic because Montoya is right with them now as well. Great driving there from Mini to get himself up into 2nd place. Hasn't done a lot of racing at all as Owen Tangavelu. Didn't really do much karting at all as Joshua Dirksen dives down the inside of Santiago Ramos. Caught me by surprise there, and Santiago Ramos is going to be on the inside as they make their way down towards turn number 11. A fight on the brakes coming up here as Dirksen will try and go all the way around the outside. That will give him the inside now into 12. Dirksen's going to have to show him to the outside of the track, and Dirksen is through. Brilliant driving there from the driver from Paraguay. Gabriele Mini in 2nd, Dino Beganovic in 3rd, but it's the fight for 4th and 5th between our 2 rookie leaders where our focus is. Fornaroli gets closer and closer. Montoya at the very last second dives to the inside. Fornaroli is going to give this one a go around the outside, can't quite do it. Into 3 is his next opportunity. If you go really low into the corner, you can make the move, but Fornaroli on this occasion is going to take the racing line around the outside and stay in behind. But out front, Paul Aron makes his way out of the penultimate corner and round the banking for the final time. And just like he did in Mugello last year, it's going to be back-to-back pole positions and double victory for Paul Aron. Paul Aron dominates in Zandvoort. He is unbeatable in the Netherlands and comes across the line to win race number 2. And just like he did here last year, Gabriele Mini takes a 2nd and a 3rd in Zandvoort. Dino Beganovic is back on the podium where he belongs. It was very strange not seeing him there yesterday. It was his first time finishing a race not on the podium yesterday, but he's back there today. And for the 5th time this season, Sebastian Montoya takes the rookie win.
Yeah, it was a really fun race. We had a decent start. I wouldn't say it was good, but it was enough to stay in 1st. And then obviously we had the red flag, but after that I managed to get a really good safety car restart and then just kind of manage my pace from there. We knew from qualifying and already from yesterday that we had a fast car, and it was honestly a really fun race. The car balance was perfect, so I was really enjoying it out there, and I think the lap times were proving it.
Yeah, it was I think a fantastic race. I immediately did a really good start. I could get by 2 drivers in the first corner. Then there was a red flag. After I was just being able to put a lot of pressure to Dino. I used some of his push to pass, and then when I saw he started to run out, I started using mine. And the first time I used mine, the second time I used mine, I could overtake. And then it was all about managing the tires. It was pretty tricky at the end, especially. But yeah, it was really good starting from P5 and being here in P2 is really amazing.
Yeah, I mean, amazing result. I think this weekend has been quite tough overall. I mean, we didn't nail the first quali, we nailed the second quali quite well, but I haven't had an amazing feeling with the car. Obviously, we've been strong. Paul has shown that the car is very strong, but it didn't really suit me on this track. So yeah, I think it was really good result in the end with the P4 and P3. So I'm happy to carry on with the points like this and to get another podium for the season.
Yeah, honestly, yesterday I think I got a bit lucky with all the penalties and everything. The speed was really good. It's really difficult to pass around here, and as we saw, I think the only person that was able to make a move in the front this whole week was Mini there on Dino, and Dino was struggling quite a bit. So, yeah, quite happy. Obviously, I wanted the podium starting P3, we'll make it 1, 2, 3, but Mini was really quick today, and just little by little.